we're going to say good luck, Daniel Nevarez. Are you ready? All right, Daniel Nevarez. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon. We're here with another episode of our Above the Bar interviews. This is a follow-up. We're very fortunate today to have Mr. Daniel Nevarez, who is a former Rio Rico High School graduate, and he just completed the New York City Marathon. I want to congratulate you on that. I just want to catch up and and see how the race was, and did you? I know there's some other good news as a result of the race, but I'll let you share that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the race?
Hey, well, thank you for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure, and again, to be talking to you guys in Rio Rico and Nogales and Santa Cruz County. Hi, everybody. So the race, well, New York was a trip. Our first trip as a family, our first trip ever, and it was a memorable one. We got in Friday early because we took a red eye. Left here at 11, got to New York about 6:30. We got to our hotel at 8, and then it was a group of, we were 10 of us all together, 6 in our group, 4 in Brian's group, and we went out for breakfast. On that Friday, we did a big old tour. It was good. We went, and well, not tour, but we walked. We went to Times Square and Central Park, and we went to go pick up my bib and all that stuff, and it was pretty cool. And then, we did a couple things, and did the same thing Saturday. Went and saw the tower, the memorials of the 2 towers, and went to the Empire State Building and also the Statue of Liberty. And then I rested, got up early Sunday, 3:30. It was a long day. We got up at 3:30 and run till 9:15. So we took a bus we had to walk about 5 blocks to get the bus. And then we had our own AWD bus, the adults with disabilities. So we had our own little camp. So there was probably about 300 of us, everyone participating, with people that, wheelchairs and people, with visual impairments, and people, athletes that don't have limbs. So it was pretty cool to meet a lot of people. And then the gun went off we ran at 9:14. It was so unreal. And we started really well. And right about mile 9, I got tripped up. Someone, that's one of the things about the race. There's 50,000 people going, all within, I think, within the hour, everyone's starting. So when we got to mile 9, we met up with everybody. And one of the athletes was, he passed us, and, there's spectators giving you water and stuff like that. It's just insane what's going on. And he just stopped in the middle of us, and I ended up tripping over him and falling, and Brian caught me, and I ended up messing my groin. I pulled my groin, and my Achilles hurt, and my ankle, but I kept on running. So we were pacing about 3:45. So we were running sub 4, and about mile 12, I completely stopped. The pain was just so unbearable, and I had to pause and walk and think, do I want to just quit? And I talked to Brian for a while, and I was I was saying a bunch of cuss words and all that. It was just and I was like, all right, you know what? We're here for a reason. Let's just take it easy. And I sort of relaxed, and we took it for what it was. The New York City Marathon isn't a race where you go to PR. It's a race where you go and you take in the crowds. And I want to talk about the crowds. Talk about going into all the boroughs and just listening, because obviously everything was so blurry. But going into Brooklyn and going into the Bronx, Queens, the ethnicity, everything from salsa to music and banda to, there was pastors preaching and giving you the, just the sermons as you were going, and people giving you oranges and bananas and water. It was just it felt like you were a professional athlete, because you had about 1 million people just cheering you on. It was so surreal to be a part of it. And when I realized, hey, that we're here running in New York, and I sort of said, let's just finish. And we took it easy. One of the big points for me was my wife, and Brian's wife was in mile 17. So when I saw when he said, hey, your wife's there, she just gave me all the motivation, all the energy. I stopped. I gave her a big kiss. You know, my kids were there, and we ran the final, 9 miles pretty good. That was about mile 17. We finished in 4 hours and 55 minutes, which was, slower than I thought, but the conditions were really bad. A lot of people were worried because it was hotter in New York than it was in Phoenix. It was 78 degrees and humid.
Wow.
The day that we were running. So it was just an amazing experience. We finished about 2:09, and then it took me about 40 minutes to get up the ramp and find my family, and then another 2.5 hours just to get out of Central Park. I mean, talk about there was probably over 2 million people just
Wow.
in that area. It was just an experience that I will not not forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's, again, you're already an inspiration, with what you're going through to even run the race. And
Yeah.
then you have that adversity, in mile 9, and then you decide to, okay, well, hey, let's just deal with it and
Yeah.
finish the race. So that's another inspiration. And obviously I think we consider you a hometown hero. So,
Thank you.
it's great.
And you guys, thank you for the pep. I saw that I was shouted out in the pep rally. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you, Rio Rico High School, and again the entire town. You guys are amazing. That was incredible. I've received so much love and so much so much support from friends and families and strangers. And I mean, our GoFundMe, we were in we were featured in a newspaper, Arizona Republic, and then there was like another video that came out where they featured me, and then we were on channel when we got back. Fox 10, the morning show called us, and they wanted to meet us. So like Tuesday, we went to the morning show, and we met the crew at Fox, and it's been such a surreal experience, And then when I finished, I wasn't even thinking about qualifying times. I got a call from my athletic director from Achilles, and we qualified for Boston. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. We have a we have a different time limit for the people that are people with disabilities, and I ran under 5 hours, and that's all I needed to do. So Boston, here we come in 2024. But I just registered for the Chicago Marathon in 2023, so we're going to go do that. And they want to get me on. They want me to do the 6 major marathons. Achilles is going to help me in the next 5 years. So we're going to do. We did New York. We'll do Chicago. We'll do Boston, and then we're going to go overseas and do London, Berlin, and Tokyo. So that is. I'm just like, still in. I'm flummoxed, as they say, with everything that's going on.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, congratulations. That was the good news I wanted you to be able to share there. That made the qualifying time for Boston, because I know New York and Boston, just from the U.S. standpoint, those are like the two.
Yeah, Chicago's up there as well, and then the big one is Berlin. That's the biggest one in Europe, and that would be 2024. The way they got scheduled is I would do Chicago in October of 2023, and then Boston's April of 2024. Berlin is October. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Berlin is October of 2024, and then do the others. But Brian, he's him and his family have been amazing, and he gave me some. He asked me if I wanted to be a part of an Ironman. We'll do like a group, and we're training to do a team Ironman. Sorry.
That's okay.
The team Ironman. So someone's gonna swim, someone's gonna do the bike part, and I'm gonna do the running part. So we're gonna be going to Oceanside in April and doing a team half Ironman. So everything's gonna be halves. So a lot going on.
Yeah, which is great. I think again, like I said, you're an inspiration. I think when you first started this process, we talked about it, in our previous interview, how it came from such a what you felt as a negative, and now it's just turned into such a positive, enriching experience.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, one of the things I want to share, I got a call from a school in Riverside, California, that found me through GoFundMe, and I'm going to be speaking with them, with the kids. They have an adaptive support stay. These are people that are visually impaired. I'll be going to the Braille Institute in Riverside probably in the next couple of weeks, and they asked if I can go and speak to the kids and talk to them and get them motivated. So all these all these amazing things are happening. I'm just blessed, just thankful that all this good stuff is going on.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, it's great. And I think it's a great, not only inspiration to our community, but a great example of, who the people are in our community. I think you're, great representation that, people in our community don't get enough credit for how tough they are and how they endure a lot of things and make the best out of any situation. I think that's something, that our students in our community are really all about. And so I think it's great to be able to highlight you not only to our community, but, internationally, worldwide, essentially. So thank you for representing us and doing that.
Hey, I appreciate it. I didn't do anything. I just, like I said before, I was in a situation where everything was negative, and it took a while to look at the positive, but I'm just looking at things, and I just want to do well for my kids and my family and myself, and that's the main focus.
Yeah. So speaking of your family, they got to experience that with you. How
Yeah,
did
they did. It was.
they enjoy that? I mean, I'm sure it was surreal for them as well.
Yeah, it was surreal. I mean, my kids. We travel a lot. We go a lot to Mexico, so
Yeah.
we don't travel in the States. But my wife is from Michoacan, so we go to Guadalajara a lot, and Michoacan and all that area. So going to flying to New York was just my kids. My 14-year-old daughter and my 12-year-old son, soon to be 13. They just enjoyed it. My daughter she's a reader. She loves books. So her goal was to go to the biggest Barnes and Nobles, in New York, and my son wanted to go to the Lego store. So my daughter came back with she bought 9 books, and she read like 3 of them in like 2 weeks. So it was just it was great to see them there, and it was great to hear them cheer for me, to actually listen and be like, hey, there's my family. I can hear that my family's there, and amongst the crowd. So we had an amazing trip. It was I'm just thankful for all the love and support. GoFundMe, we ended up collecting about $7,000 altogether.
Wow, that's great.
So it was amazing. I was able to use that for San Diego, and now New York, and other running things that I'll be doing. So I'm just so thankful and grateful for everything that's going on.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations. So, with your GoFundMe, is that going to continue? Are we?
Well, the GoFundMe stops. I mean, this was just for New York. I think with the next things coming, I'm just going to start saving some money and so forth, and go from there. But we have a couple. We have some time to do that. This was just something that I didn't think. In the beginning, the GoFundMe was just like, okay, I'll do it, and I had no idea that it was going to take off the way it was. But all the exposure that we got here in Phoenix, and thank you again to the Nogales International, had a great story and all that stuff. So it's been amazing, and I'm wearing my finisher's medal. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. So it's like I said, it's a dream come true. And now it's just for me. I just want to pay it forward. I'm just so blessed with everything that's going on, and now I think it's my responsibility to go out and try to inspire people and talk and see if there's anything that I can do and help other people.
Yeah, well, that's great, and hopefully we can get you down here to do. If you're visiting schools in Riverside, maybe you can come down and visit. Some of our schools. I think our students would love
that'd be great.
Or from you, former Hawk. Once a Hawk, always a Hawk, as they say. So get you to come down and maybe talk to the track team as they start their season in the spring and things like that. So it'd be great.
Hey, that'd be great. And again, I want to kudos to Mr. Fanning, John Fanning, for being there, Shannon, and Mr. Shadler. You're amazing. And then another teacher that was a former teacher at Rio Rico, Miss Maritza Marmolejo. She's been a really good friend of mine, and I've been keeping in contact with her. So, a lot of people. And then Mr. Doug Brewington, he contacted me about a week ago, and it's just been amazing to get back to hear from the teachers that inspired me when I was in high school, and to still have relationships with those teachers. So thank you to the 4 of them, and Chris Peters as well. So it's just been, like I said, it's it's a community. You know, I've been away from Rio Rico for 23 years, but I'm still have contact with some amazing human beings and people that really helped me, you know, as a teenager, and now I'm, you know, an adult and still, you know,
Still supporting you. So that
still
I think
supporting. Yeah,
that's the great thing about our community. I think they really rise up to the occasion to help each other and support each other. And so, but again, thank you for spending some time with us, and congratulations. And we look forward
thank you guys.
to following you on your continued journey. Like I said, hopefully we can get you down here, visit some schools, and
Yeah,
see.
that'd be good. I mean, I come down, I visit a lot because I still have family in Nogales and Rio Rico, and you know, like everyone knows, you know, we're planning on moving down there in the next, you know, 3 years. So, you know, we're looking at houses and stuff like that because that's going to be our next step. You know, so my son will be finishing his high that'll in Rio Rico, so that'll be
Great to hear. Yeah, great to hear. Well, thanks again, and we look forward to following you and as you continue on your journey with all these races. So, thank you.
All right, thank you again, Mr. Verdugo, Shannon, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you
Go
too.
Rio Rico.
Yeah.